Picture this. You're cruising at 12,000 feet when suddenly a massive hole rips open in your aircraft, the floor collapses beneath passengers' feet, and your plane becomes nearly impossible to control. This isn't a movie. This actually happened to American Airlines Flight 96 in 1972, and somehow, everyone survived. Today we're diving into one of the most dramatic yet lesser-known aviation incidents in history, American Airlines Flight 96, also known as the Windsor Incident. This story has everything: a catastrophic mechanical failure, heroic pilots, and lessons that would tragically go unheeded just 2 years later. On June 12, 1972, American Airlines Flight 96 was operating as a routine domestic service from Los Angeles to New York, with stops in Detroit and Buffalo. The aircraft was a McDonnell Douglas DC-10x10, a wide-body trijet that was relatively new to commercial service, having entered operation just 2 years earlier. The flight had 56 passengers and 11 crew members aboard. After a normal departure from Detroit Metropolitan Airport, Captain Bryce McCormick was climbing through 11,750 feet at 260 knots when disaster struck without warning. At exactly 11,750 feet, the crew felt and heard a massive thud. Instantly, dust and debris flew into the cockpit, the rudder pedals slammed full left, and the throttles pulled themselves back to near idle. The aircraft lurched violently and became extremely difficult to control. What had happened was catastrophic. The left rear cargo door had blown completely off the aircraft, taking a section of the cabin floor with it. The rapid decompression in the cargo hold created a pressure differential that caused the passenger cabin floor to partially collapse, right where passengers were sitting. Imagine being a passenger and suddenly seeing the floor buckle and twist beneath your feet while feeling your ears pop from the pressure change. The aircraft was now flying with a gaping hole in its belly, compromised control systems, and a partially collapsed cabin. Captain McCormick and his crew were facing what seemed impossible, flying a crippled DC-10 with severely compromised controls. The explosion had damaged critical control cables running beneath the cabin floor, making the aircraft want to pitch nose down and turn left uncontrollably. But McCormick was no ordinary pilot. Using differential thrust, essentially steering the plane with engine power, and requiring the strength of both pilots on the controls, they managed to level the aircraft and begin a careful return to Detroit. The flight attendants, meanwhile, were dealing with chaos in the cabin. Passengers were injured by flying debris, some seats had shifted, and there was a genuine fear the floor might collapse further. Yet the crew maintained order and prepared everyone for what could be a very rough landing. After 30 harrowing minutes in the air, Flight 96 touched down safely at Detroit Metropolitan Airport. Remarkably, despite the explosive decompression and structural damage, there were no fatalities and only minor injuries among the 67 people aboard. The investigation revealed that the cargo door's latching mechanism had failed to properly secure the door, even though warning lights indicated it was closed. This was a known issue with early DC-10s. The door design had a fundamental flaw that could allow it to appear properly closed when it wasn't. American Airlines and McDonnell Douglas received a series of safety recommendations to fix this design flaw. The FAA issued an airworthiness directive requiring modifications to the cargo door system. Here's where this story takes a dark turn. Despite the clear warnings from Flight 96, not all airlines implemented the recommended fixes quickly enough. Just 2 years later, Turkish Airlines Flight 981, another DC-10, suffered the exact same cargo door failure over France. But unlike Flight 96, Turkish 981 wasn't so fortunate. The aircraft was at a higher altitude, the damage was more severe, and all 346 people aboard perished. Flight 96 had been a warning shot that could have prevented one of aviation's deadliest disasters. Flight 96 stands as both a testament to exceptional airmanship and a sobering reminder of why we must act on safety warnings immediately. Captain McCormick's skill saved 67 lives that day, but the real tragedy is that the lessons learned could have saved hundreds more. What do you think? Should manufacturers face stricter penalties when safety recommendations aren't implemented quickly? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible aviation stories.